Hello everyone, and welcome in. If you are new here, I am Victoria of Wings of Ascension. If you are part of the Astro Lounge, you already know what's going on, except it's a little different format. I talk to all of you. I talk to some of you a little deeper than others, but one thing I've heard from a few different people is you love the info that you're getting in the Astro Lounge. A lot of you actually connect with it and it's helped you through things. We've talked privately, but it can be a lot to digest at once when it's in that long typed out format. So from here out, I'm going to give this to you this way because I can make it short. You can hear it. You don't have to read it. You can put it on, go get dressed, in your car, whatever, and it becomes easier for you guys to digest. I'm still going to give you the technical transits. We'll talk through them in normal human speak and then ways we can work through them. What I am going to have, if you choose to watch, will be the charts. Now, every chart that I pull up is going to be for noon. So this one we're talking about Friday, the 28th of April, 2023. This is for noon. And it is from Boston because Boston is the closest major city to me, the closest major city to most of you. Those of you that aren't right here, because I know there's some of you who are not. If you're in our time zone, it's no different whatsoever. Even if you're a little behind, really the stuff is not so time sensitive that you're going to be like, she said it's going to happen. It doesn't work that way, right? You're going to feel it within the day. So you can watch it if you want to learn from that. If you don't, you're still going to get it. Don't worry. But, yeah, we'll do it this way. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I can add if you want to hear anything different. And, yeah, let's do this. So, where have we been? Because we have to kind of have a foundation. Where have we been? We have just come off of a time where the sun, you can see our sun is right here in Taurus. Our sun has been making really, really awesome aspects over to Saturn. So the sun, our energy center, has been talking to Saturn, our planet of discipline, order, structure. And they've been talking nicely to each other. So it's been like, hey, let's get things done. Yeah, we can do it. And it hasn't been the drag that Saturn usually is. We also have the sun sitting right here, very, very close to the North Node. And the North Node is our driving force, where we need to go, the lessons we need to learn. We all have our own North Node in our charts, just like we all have our own sun, our own Saturn, our moon, everything. We all have our own, but we have a collective North Node, and collectively, we are all going this way. We are in Taurus. We are building things. That's what this lesson is about. We are building something of value for ourselves and for the collective. So we've had this energy where we're kind of seeing our future. Let me switch these around because I'm going to talk to you more than show you something. The best way to describe where we've been, for those of you who haven't been in the Astro Lounge, is we've had this kind of glimpse into our future where, if you think of it like a map, and we're looking down on the map, our future is unknown. It's all dark. But we've started to see lamps turn on along the way. And these lamps are illuminating the path. So now we might see that it arcs and curves and twists and turns and loops and does things, but we can't see what's happening on that path. We don't know what the foliage is like, what buildings may be there, who may be there, what may be there. We don't know how quickly we're going to go from thing to thing, if it's an incline, a decline. We don't know that yet. That will come with time, and it will all be influenced by our soul contract, our karma, and our free will. Things that we will talk about many times down the road. Even if you don't really know what I'm saying, feel into it, you do. You just don't know you do. So we've been in this place where we kind of have an idea of where we're going. Path's not totally illuminated, but we see it down the road. Where we are right now, with all of the Tauresian energy, swip you around, all of the Tauresian energy that we have, we are feeling like we want to build something. We want to have something and we want it to be good. We're willing to put the work in. We're willing to put the time and the energy in because we want something in the end that's a really good, long-standing result. And there goes the computer yelling again. I don't know. Just go with it. So we want these things. We know these things. Now we also have a moon, which the moon moves very quickly. But we have a moon who about every 2 days switches signs. Moon is in Leo. Leo is the sign of everything wonderful. Leo is the king. Leo is the queen. Leo is glamour, luxury, you name it, that's Leo. So our emotional center of the moon wants to feel good. And all of this Tauresian energy that we've got with the sun, we've got with Mercury, it wants to feel good too. So they're working very nicely together. However, to get to where we want to be, to have things that are nice, we have some dirty work to go through first. What are we going through? Well, where is my mouse? Here we are. Like I said, we have the moon over here in Leo. The moon is going to make a squaring aspect. Squares are combative. Think of it, a square. It's not smooth, it's not easy, it's two sides facing each other, right? So square is combative. It's not necessarily aggressive, but it's not easy, it's not fun. It's something that has to be worked through. It brings growth, but not necessarily pleasure and enjoyment. We got to do it. We don't have a choice. It's happening anyway. So the moon is going to square over to Uranus over here, which is the planet of everything and anything can happen. Uranus is the unexpected. Uranus is the future. Uranus is chaos, frankly. So our emotional center meeting chaos is like, I don't like this feeling. You can just feel like things aren't right. You don't like it. You can get just uncomfortable, I don't like it vibes. So this is going to happen. We are also going to see the moon square over to Chiron. And Chiron, how do I explain this in the least scary way possible? Chiron is about our unhealed selves. Chiron, if you look up the mythology, is the wounded healer. When we're talking about Chiron for ourselves, we're talking about our deep, 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 deep wounds. Like these are the things that are hidden that we don't want to talk about. When we finally get to a place where we're ready to face them, we see incredible growth. We see huge movement forward and things start to change for us in all the best ways. But when we have the moon squaring off with Chiron, you're talking about your emotional center versus your deep wounds squaring off at each other. That's not a fun time. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This moon and Uranus moon Chiron that's happening throughout the day, it's not a fun time. It can be a very emotional day. When I was thinking about it earlier, I was trying to come up with something that would give you an example. As silly as it sounds, Mean Girls came to my mind because the root of Mean Girls and really the bully thing in general is your unhealed wounds within yourself that you project onto others and you take out on them. So that's kind of what this is. It's going to grate on your nerves. It's going to just rub you the wrong way. And if you aren't in control of yourself, you can turn into that bully like that. And if someone does it to you, let it roll. No, it's not personal. And this too shall pass. On top of that, fun times, we have more things going on with Chiron. Here he is over here. He is going to square over to Mars in Cancer. So Chiron and Aries, those wounds are in your face. Aries is in your face. It is intense. It is fiery. It is passionate. Cancer is not. Cancer is this kind of soft, more gentle, easy. When you piss off a Cancer, you know, however, it's a crab. They just kind of do their thing. but you piss them off and you're going to feel it, right? So you have this square also with Chiron. And this one is not just a day. This hit exact yesterday, Thursday. And we've been leading up to it. We've been feeling it. And we're going to feel it for a few more days. So this Chiron Mars square is going to further that feeling of insecurity rearing its ugly head. This can manifest for you in many ways. Insecurities coming up, absolutely. This can also be things that you have been intentionally or subconsciously ignoring within yourself that need healing. And we're going to have a heart-to-heart, so let's go big camera here. All right. These are things that, like I said, can be conscious or unconscious knowing that you need to heal. So I had given you, if you're in the Astrology, you saw this a few days ago, leading up to this, I said, we're going to have these things come up that we've been ignoring. The check engine light, right? You have, like, we have a big deck outside. There's a rotten board. We got to replace the board or somebody's foot's going to go through it. Things like this that we know are there that we don't want to deal with, you can start to see them come up more. But when it's Chiron, it's personal. You've been ignoring, it can be anything. I don't even want to give an example because I don't want you to feel like, oh, that's me, when that's not what's going on with you. Anything that you know that's within you that needs love, it's going to come out right now. So give yourself the grace and the poise to work through it. Allow the emotions to come through you. You are not your emotions. They're temporary feelings to help your soul evolve. Always remember that. You are not your emotions. Your emotions are not you. Let it happen. Learn from it and adjust. We also have, and this works in our favor, a Mercury retrograde. When you're in retrograde, you have things that are annoying, like you have typos. You might take the wrong exit. The technology doesn't work. These are little annoyances, but really Mercury retrograde is about reviewing. Retrograde, redo. So we're revisiting these wounds, really is what this is, and we're working through them. But in this particular instance, with the Mercury retrograde that we're in, and I will give you back this because my teeny little soapbox heart-to-heart of clear your wounds, we're done with that one. Bring you back up here. Clear these. I know I lost my train of thought because I had to go and distract myself. Mercury retrograde. We have Mercury right here in Taurus. And then we have Venus over here in Gemini. Now, why am I talking about these? Mercury is in the sign of Taurus at this moment. The current transit is in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is currently in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So these two are actually in this conversation together that's pretty productive. Even though we're revisiting things, Venus is going, okay, I hear you. Let's look at these things, and it's not this really traumatic, scary thing. So we have this really wonderful mutual reception that is helping us work through all of these shadow things coming forward. What else do I want to tell you? I think that's really the big thing for today is understanding that we have an idea of where we're going. We're still holding on to that, but we've got to really look into our wounds and stuff's going to pop off for us. So be calm, feel into who you are. When it triggers you, whatever it is, who, what, where, when, what, whenever something triggers you, that's what you have to look at for yourself and heal. So try to stay cool if somebody pisses you off. If somebody's pissed off at you, stay cool with it. This is a learning experience for all of us. We do have next month a Pluto retrograde, which is playing into it a little because anytime Pluto is involved, we're burning down to rebuild. But and again, I'll give you a little soapbox talk here. when we're dealing with these outside planets like Pluto, especially Pluto, he's at the very end of the pack, we're talking more collective than we are individual. Yes, we all have a Pluto in our charts. Yes, it all hits certain things for us personally, which is going to be felt more if your sun is being hit by transiting Pluto. You're going to feel it a lot more. But really, I think you're going to feel this more on a collective. Again, we're going to a retrograde. We're reviewing things. We're going to start to see the themes of Pluto and Capricorn, because we're going back into Capricorn, start to come up again. We're going to re-look at, reevaluate, and make change that needed to be made that wasn't changed in the areas of Capricorn: government, structure, institution, all of these things. So we're going back and we're getting a chance to redo that again. And like I said, yes, you're going to feel that on a personal level, depending on where it hits in your chart, but mostly it's a collective thing. And remember, and I've said this to you guys before, if you're in the Astro Lounge, some of you that know me at a personal level have heard me endlessly talk about it. With the collective, whatever is coming up, the issue that we hear, the word itself, right? Say we're all debating, I don't know, chocolate or vanilla, right? We're not truly having to focus on which is better, chocolate or vanilla. We're focusing on what's underneath that, which may be things like, if we're talking about ice cream flavors, your preferences. What is a personal preference? What makes a preference? I hope that makes some kind of sense. I don't even want to give you, like, I can think of real life things, but I don't want to give you those and skew you. I'm definitely not someone that's going to give you a whole lot, because I don't want you to follow that path. I give you pretty broad stuff. But that we can feel too. It's coming. We feel that, we've made a change to go into the future, but we're like, ooh, something's still not right. I gotta fix, so I'm gonna go back and try to fix it. But overall, Friday, we've got this energy to keep moving forward, but looking at the things that have to be healed within ourselves. Our own wounds from childhood really is where it stems from. Being nice and kind and compassionate and empathetic towards our inner child really is what this all comes down to. So, as I said, this is take one for this. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would like to see, what you were hoping to see you didn't see, those kind of things, and we will adjust as we go. I thank you all for being here, and I truly hope that every time in the Astrology I say this, I mean this. You've got this. We've got this. I love you all, and I will see you again. See you tomorrow. But I don't know. I think we could do some more things. So I love you all. Take care. See you soon.